I'm John Schumacher. I'm Chef John, and I am a chef, a culinarian, and an entrepreneur. Take some shallots. What we're going to do is we're going to dice them. In 1974, at the ripe old age of 27, I bought the new Prague Hotel and kind of created my own environment. I'm going to take our cilantro, and I'm going to leave the stems in. Most people. I'm an author. I've self-published and published 7 books and sold a lot of them.
That's right.
Now, what I've done is I've done something interesting, Belinda. I've had the privilege of being on all kinds of television. And now you see it all. I came from good food. I enjoy good food. And I also came from a background of quality. This is our house, and this is the barn. I grew up on a small farm in western Minnesota. My dad was great with animals, so my dad's going to the barn and look at all the cats. They're all going in front of him. They're all going to get some supper. I remember being 2.5 years old, and my grandmother, Belinda Gilbertson, the old Norwegian, made me milk toast. And she had a little portion pot. I can still remember a blue one with a chip on it. And I'd go there and she'd have homemade bread, and she'd toast it, and then she'd put lots of butter on it, and she'd make a cream sauce, real thick. Milk and I think it was just flour, and she put that on top and top it with cinnamon sugar. And that's when it started. Doing dishes, football, and here's my dad. I'd be able to walk from the barn to the house and smell the smells and tell my father what my mom was making for supper. Drive him crazy, I was always right. It was a gift. Flavors are a gift. Putting them together was a gift. Okay. It's going to go quick. We're going to add our shallots. Now, you hear that sizzling? When it's sizzling, it's cooking. I grew up hunting and fishing. I got my first shotgun, I think it was my 12th birthday. Hunting and fishing for me was a family unit, was with my dad. My mom wasn't a hunter, but she would cook everything, but it had to be cleaned or ready for the pan when it got to the kitchen. So we would clean our game out in the barn, and we'd go in our milk house, which was always clean, and make sure it was all ready for the table. We'd bring it in, and it would be cooked fresh with fresh ingredients. My mom would pick sweet corn. We'd have vegetables. We had a root cellar. So we'd go downstairs, had the big Red Wing crock jars full of sand and carrots. She'd go down, pull the carrots out of the sand in the middle of the winter, peel them, and we'd have fresh rabbit and carrot and potatoes. It might be creamed. Maybe once in a while she'd splurge and go get a head of iceberg lettuce, and that'd be pretty fancy. But that's how it was. The guys in the next farm to us, the guys, that's how we were. So we didn't know anything but using natural ingredients. I'm a Minnesota patriot. I'm really a Minnesota guy. We have a lot of natural grown stuff around New Prague. I tried to use local beef as much as I can. I went and got all my butter from the creamery next door. We use wild rice a lot. We have great potatoes. Red River Valley potatoes, we use those. We have onions. Apples, now with the University of Minnesota, with the Honey Crisp and all the apples, we have great apples. And what we're going to do is we're going to use some of our Minnesota grown pork, and what we're going to do is I'll just put a little bit together for it. This is Minnesota compact pork. This is the highest quality pork that you can buy. Now what we're going to do with these, we're going to take these. Here. We're using the flour, so what happens is it creates a little bit of a crust, and when the water comes out, the flour catches it like glue, and all of the moisture doesn't go away into the air, it goes into the flour. Now, take this like this. There you go. Now look, we got our shallots. We've got our meat. We don't have a lot of liquid. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put a little of this in here. Okay. I'm going to flame this so don't have a heart attack. I put some white wine in, and now I'm going to add some heavy cream. This is my Minnesota heavy cream. It's pasteurized but not homogenized, so the heaviest stuff is on the top. We're just going to add a little bit of that to this, and we want this to reduce a little bit. So we got our flavors. Taste.
What do you call it?
Good eating. It would be a loin of pork a la creme, and it's just wonderful.